I am making a battlin boxer deck profile, mainly because I finally managed to get everything I needed for the deck. And I've honestly really liked battlin boxer since they first came out, and I believe it was Lord of the Tachyon Galaxy. But anyway, I remember they first came out in like 2013 or 2014. And I really liked them. I just really enjoyed them, so I figured why not make a new video. So starting off with one of the new monsters, I play 3 copies of battlin boxer Chief 2nd. Chief 2nd has the effect of during your main phase, you get additional normal summon of a battlin boxer monster. You can only gain this effect as Chief Commissioner once per turn, I believe. Okay, you can just gain that effect once per turn. And when an opposed monster declares attack while you control a warrior or fire monster, especially on this card from your hand, and if you do negate the attack, then banish one monster on the field until the end phase. You can only use each of its effects once per turn. So this card is technically can be treated counted as a hand trap, just because it can non-target banish until the end phase. It would have been fantastic if it didn't have that until the end phase part, but oh well. But like I said, this is basically just another way of getting additional normal summon. Then I play 3 copies of battlin boxer Spar. Spar has the effect if you control a battlin boxer monster, especially from your hand. However, you summon it with its own effect, you then are unable to go to your battle phase. Or you can't conduct your battle phase for the rest of the turn. So one thing you do with this is you can go to your battle phase, and then in phase 2, you can summon this card as much as you want since you can't battle for the rest of the turn. But the other fun part of this is if you have multiples in hand, you can summon multiples of it. That's just one of the benefits of being an older card, is that they don't have once per turn. Then I play 2 copies of battlin boxer Switch Hitter. Switch Hitter has the effect that when it's normal summoned, you can target a battlin boxer monster in your graveyard, special summon it, and then target one card. My bad. I've tried reading the same line twice. I don't remember its effects I'm reading, so I'm sorry. I misread it. Anyway, you summon it, your monster reborn a battlin boxer, and then you can't get special summon any monsters during the turn you activate this effect except for battlin boxer monsters. So it's a walking monster reborn that locks you into battlin boxer. Then I play 3 copies of battlin boxer Uppercutter. Uppercutter has the effect that if this card is no more special summoned, you can add a battlin boxer monster. My brain is trying to speak faster, or my mouth is going faster than my brain, so I can't. Anyway, summon it, you can add a battlin boxer monster or a counter trap from your deck to your hand, which just means it has to be a counter trap that has the word counter in its name. So you add cards like counter, Flamvel counter, which I technically need to get a copy of for this deck, or the new counter card. But then it also has the effect of it cannot add another copy of itself. And then if it's sent to the graveyard by card effect, you can activate one of 2 effects, where you can either special summon a battlin boxer, except for Uppercutter, or you can set a counter trap from your graveyard to your field, and you can only use each effect of Uppercutter once per turn. Uppercutter and this next card are more or less your starters. Uppercutter is just like a plan B. Whereas your main starter is going to be battlin boxer Promoter, which I play 3 copies of. And Promoter has the effect that if your opponent controls the monster, special this card from your hand, and then contribute this card for cost, so then special summon up to 2 battlin boxer monsters, different names from your deck except for another Promoter. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard to increase or decrease levels of all battlin boxer monsters you control by 1. And you can only use each effect of battlin boxer Promoter once per turn. However, using either of these effects will lock you in a battlin boxer for the entirety of the turn. So you can just use Promoter to make all your monsters level 3 if you want to do cheat commissioner plays, or make all your monsters level 5 if you want to Use 3 of them to summon, what was it? Battlin Boxer. I cannot remember this thing's name. General Kaiser. Then next, for one of the monsters, I play 1 copy of Battlin Boxer Shadow. Battlin Boxer Shadow has the effect during the main phase. You can detach an Xyz material from a Battlin Boxer Xyz you control, special summon it. And then, pretty much it's just a free summon by detaching material, which usually we'll use with Lead Yoke. Or, I don't know if it's Lead Yoke or Lad Yoke. Lad Yoke kind of makes more sense. I heard from both ways. But basically, it's just a free summon by detaching material. Then I play 1 copy of Battlin Boxer Glassjaw. Glassjaw has the effect that when it's targeted for an attack, it self-destructs. But the main reason you play this for its effect is when it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can target a Battlin Boxer monster in your graveyard, except for another Glassjaw, and add it back to your hand, so it's just a recursion card. And then for the hand traps, I play 3 copies of Droll and Lockbird. This just makes so that when your opponent adds a card from their deck to their hand, you can send this card to the graveyard to then make so your opponent can add cards from their deck to the hand for the rest of the turn. I will specify though that has to be by card effects, because I've had some people think, oh, your opponent drew for turn. Guess I can do this now. Anyway, for the last of the monsters, I also play 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. This is just the best hand trap, so I have to play it. Then for the spells, I play 1 copy of Reinforcing the Army, just so you can add any of your Battlin Boxer monsters, as it just adds a level 4 or lower warrior. Then I play 1 copy of Battlin Boxing Spirits. Battlin Boxing Spirits, can't remember its effect. Let's send the top card of your deck to the graveyard, and then you can target a Battlin Boxer monster in your graveyard, special summon that target face up defense position. It's basically just lets you send top card, and then Monster Reborn a Battlin Boxer in defense. You can only activate 1 per turn. Essentially, it's another way of Monster Reborn. Which, the reason there's so many Monster Reborn effects is for a monster that's in the extra deck, which I will go over once I get to it. And then, because this deck really doesn't like back row, 1 copy of Harpy's Feather Duster. Then I also play 1 copy Called by the Grave, just so I can deal with hand traps. So, like, if a promoter gets ashed, this is just something that I can hopefully have to stop the ash. And then for the last one I'm playing 1 copy of Glorious Numbers. I'm mainly playing Glorious Numbers just because my favorite monsters in this deck are the number monsters, so I figured I'd go ahead and play it. Glorious Numbers is basically a Monster Reborn lets you draw a card, but it's to specifically target a number monster while you control no monsters. If you want to put, well, I'll probably end up doing is replacing Glorious Numbers with a copy of Monster Reborn. And then, again, because the deck doesn't like back row, I also play 2 copies of Lightning Storm. This can either can only be activated while you control no face-up cards, where you can either then destroy all your opponent's spells or traps, or destroy all your opponent's attack vision monsters. And then the card I'm trying out, if I don't like it, then I'll probably end up taking it out for something like Book of Moon, or maybe even just rank up magic cards, which is 3 copies of 7th Force. 7th Force can only be activated during the battle phase. And then if a monster is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can target a number monster in your graveyard. Special summon a number C monster from your extra deck that has the same type, but 1 rank higher. And then if you summoned a Chaos number that is numbers 101 through 107, then you can also add a 7th Baryons or rank up magic quick play spell or trap from your deck to your hand. That last part usually won't be used because 7th Force cannot search another one. This is mainly just used just so there's a version, some form of rank up magic in the deck. Again, I'll probably end up taking it out for rank up magic Baryons Force or rank up magic quick chaos. And then, just because I felt like it was actually useful, I play 3 copies of Triple Tactics Talent. This will be activated during its turn, or when your opponent has activated a monster effect during your turn. Or, my bad, during your main phase. where you can then activate one of 3 effects, where you can draw 2 cards, take control of an opponent's monster until the end of the turn, or look at your opponent's hand, choose 1 card from it, and shuffle it into the deck. And you can only activate 1 triple tactics talent per turn. Which, again, like I said, I am just using this just because I feel like it's a decent card. And the other thing I like about this card is that you can activate it and then declares that you're going to take control of a monster, and your opponent can't ash it just because it includes the effect of draw 2. Although normally you will be drawing 2. And then for the traps, I play 2 copies of Battlin Boxer. I can't speak. Battling Boxing Cross Counter. Cross Counter has the effect that when an opponent activates a monster effect, destroy a Battlin Boxer or a number exceeds monster you control. And if you do negate the activation, and if you do that, destroy that monster. Then you can apply the following effect when you special summon a Battlin Boxer exceeds monster from your extra deck with a different name than the first monster. If you do that, attach this card to it as material. You can only activate 1 Battlin Boxing Cross Counter per turn. So I just like this because you're able to destroy just using destroy your lead yoke with no material, or you can destroy your King Dempsey, summon your Star Cestus and give it a material. But I just like the card because it's a negation. And speaking of negation, the last 3 cards of the deck are 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence has the effect that you can activate from your hand if you control no cards. Target 1 effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. And then if you activated it while it was already face down on the field, then it will also negate all spells and traps in this column. Which, be careful if you use it on your turn, because if you forget which column it was activated in, your spell or trap will be negated. And that's it for the main deck. I believe it is a 40-card main deck. And moving on to the extra deck. For the extra deck, I play 1 copy of Abyss Dweller just because I really don't like Tear Lament. Then I play 2 copies of Battlin Boxer Lead Yoke. I will probably end up taking 1 out for Baguska, just because Baguska is actually a pretty decent, plan B, for if Promoter gets negated. But Lead Yoke basically just has the effect that if a Battlin Boxer monster or monsters you control be destroyed by battle, a card effect, detach material instead. And then when material is detached from this card, it gains 800 attack, right? Yeah. So this is just here because more or less a Dingirsu sort of, which I find hilarious that people are comparing this to Dingirsu when this card is actually much older than Dingirsu. Then I also play 1 copy of Battlin Boxer Nova Kaiser. This is just in here so for the potential of ranking it up into General Kaiser. Then I play 3 copies of Battlin Boxer King Dempsey. King Dempsey is the main monster you want to be summoning every turn. The King Dempsey has the effect that when it is special summoned, which means when it's XZ summoned, if you bring it back with Monster Reborn, Battlin Boxing Spirits, whatever, as long as it's special summoned. But as long as it was special summoned, you can activate its effect to either take a level 4 lower Fire Warrior monster or a Battling Boxing spell or trap from your deck, and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. And then it has the quick effect, detach material from this card to then apply its following effect, where your opponent can't target Battlin Boxer monsters. You control the card effects for the rest of the turn, and you can only use each effect of King Dempsey once per turn. Which, like I said, the main thing you want to do with this deck is keep recurring King Dempsey as much as possible every turn, or you want to summon at least once every turn, I should say. Then I play 2 copies of number 105, Battlin Boxer Star Cestus. Star Cestus is just in this deck because I feel like I can't play a Battlin Boxer without it. But it has the effect of once per chain during the battle's damage step. If your battling boxer monster is battling an opponent's monster, you can detach material so that your monster can't be destroyed in battle. And then your opponent takes 80 battle damage you would have taken. So one thing I like doing with this is, like, if my opponent has a really big monster like 5-headed dragon for some reason, I can have Battling Boxer Star Cestus or my weakest Battling Boxer attack into it, use Star Cestus effect, and my opponent takes all the damage. So my favorite monster in the deck is the 2 copies of Chaos number 1-5 Battling Boxer Comet Cestus. Comet Cestus has the effect that whenever it destroys a monster at battle, your opponent takes half of its original attack as damage. And then as long as Star Cestus material, you can detach material, target one monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and then your opponent takes... I don't remember if it's all or half. Okay, your opponent takes damage equal to... Okay, it takes damage equal to the attack that monster had on the field. So one thing I remember doing with this card before was I would use Megamorph while my life points were lower than my opponent's, give it to a monster my opponent controls, double its attack, and then have Comet Cestus destroy it to inflict a massive amount of damage. Then I play 1 copy of Chaos number 79 Battling Boxer's General Kaiser. This card is the reason you play the other Kaiser. But it has the effect of against 200 attack for each material attached to it. That's not the important part. Once per turn, when your opponent would special summon a monster, quick effect, detach 2 materials from this card, and if you do, negate the summon. And if you do that, destroy that monster. If this card has Nova Kaiser as material, it gains the effect. Or once per turn, when an attack is declared involving your Battling Boxer monster and an opponent's monster, send a Battling Boxer monster from your hand or deck to the graveyard to then attach to that opponent's monster's card's material. So it's like you can it's able to steal an opponent's monster. Because you can just have your Battling Boxer monster attack into something, or they attack it, detach 2 materials, that monster is now non-targeting material. And then to finish off the extra deck, I play 1 copy Utopic Future, mainly so you can play the 1 copy Utopic Draco Future. And then because it is an Xyz based deck, I also play 1 copy of Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. In order to summon this, you just have to have 2 non-number Xyz monsters with the same rank. And then you just summon this using Utopic Future. And then Utopic Draco Future can't be destroyed. And then it is a once per turn monster negate and steal if it was the monster your opponent controls. And then Zeus can just detach 2 materials, not once per chain, not once per turn. Send everything else on the field to the graveyard. But that is it for my Battling Boxer deck profile. If you have ideas what I can do to improve the deck, any ideas decks like to see in the future, or decks like to see face each other, feel free to comment down below. Thanks for watching, and one video I am working on is doing a Battling Boxer versus Utopia, because one of my friends actually loves playing a Utopia deck. Anyway, like I said, if you have any ideas, feel free to comment down below. Thank you for watching.